and welcome back to Baseless Claims, our bi-weekly casual talk fest with topics and stories that we've stumbled upon in our real lives. We're always open for more topics, so go ahead and leave us a comment wherever you may be viewing or listening to this. And without further ado, my name is Taylor.
I'm Tori.
I'm Tyler.
I've had a rum and coke, and I am inebriated.
One shot Taylor. For real, one shot Taylor. The lightest weight.
I don't think the saying is without further to do. I think it's ado, isn't it?
It is, and that's how it's written on the Google Doc, but that's how I said it.
Wow.
All right.
It's bad. Okay, so guys, I'm going to need you to
strap in,
suspend disbelief, and we need to get into this, all right? My topic for the day is space, aliens, UFOs, conspiracies. I want your thoughts, experiences, what's true, what is false this summer. All right?
Space is amazing.
So I want to start off by telling you a story.
Go for it. Do the thing.
And this is something that I don't believe it happened to me, but I don't have anything, like I don't have a way to explain it in a proper way. So I was going for like a jog at night with one of my buddies, and this was probably, let's say, 5 years ago. So
yeah, that's pretty gay.
I was like
Continue.
16.
The fact that it was 5 years ago?
I don't know how. It was high school, and we were going for the jog ride. It was maybe 11:30 at night, and we're going through this park, and we just see these three lights, like in a triangle pattern almost, that are like going over our heads, and you could see like something, like it was like attached to a plane, but it wasn't a plane. It was like something. It just didn't look like a plane, and they weren't really like lights. They didn't look like regular lights at the bottom. They looked like just like orbs of light. It's. I know it sounds crazy. I need you guys to stick with me.
Same park as the knife murderer spooky man that you ran into?
No, this is a different park.
I was going to say, if it was the same park, I think you're just doing peyote at that park, and you're just hallucinating all the time. You're just like, yeah, I was really into drugs.
So we see this thing over our heads, and it was like right on top of us. So we looked up, and both of us were like, holy shit, this thing is only like 100 feet above us. Like, it is not very high above us. And then it like shoots off back in the direction that it was, in like the continued direction. It like shot off and then stopped for a second. And it was, I can't judge how far it is, but it had just like gone really, really fast, and it became like a small light in the air. And then we see these other two like orangish orbs floating towards it, and they looked like two planes that were about to collide in the distance. And then they didn't. Like I swear to you, they looked like they were about to collide with each other.
You gotta stop drinking, man.
And then they got like right behind each other, and then both of them shot off in these weird directions, and then like maybe 2 seconds of shooting off really fast, and then they just immediately pinpoint changed directions and shot together again. And then the three light thing like shot off into nothingness. And we swear to God, like I have no explanation for it, and I don't want to be like, no, it was aliens, like, but it was something unidentified that
that's cool,
was
though.
flying, and I have no idea. And I've thought about it a lot, but I'm like, I can't come up with an explanation that makes any type of sense, because I've never seen something move through the air like that.
Huh.
And it was really, really creepy because it was so odd.
That's neat. I like space because it's cool. I've never experienced anything
Tyler,
like that.
what do you have to say about this?
I think what it might have been was Kirby on those little flying stars.
The warp star?
Yeah, it was Kirby on a warp star.
Duh.
And it was just, or it was like in Smash Bros, where you get one of the warp stars and then you just boom, and you just dive bomb. So that was the flight pattern.
It
of
was
the
just
dive
people playing Smash.
Yeah.
Yes.
In real life.
Duh.
No, but actually, that's really interesting, because yeah, I believe that there's alien life.
Oh, well, there has to
Right,
be.
yeah.
Well, obviously there's alien life in my opinion. And the fact of, I don't know if they're as intelligent.
Obviously, you're dumb if you don't think that there's
No,
alien life. In my opinion, of course. In my opinion.
I don't know if alien life is more intelligent. I'm assuming there is some life form out there that is far more intelligent than we are. And I've just never had any experiences with that. I watch X-Files, but that doesn't really
Close
count.
enough, right?
Exactly.
You're pretty much there.
Yeah.
I pretty much had my own UFO encounter with that.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, I mean, I just really haven't had any specific experience that's happened to me. Like, I mean, I've seen weird lights in the sky sometimes, but nothing like that.
Yeah, nothing like that at all.
Absolutely nothing like that. And yeah, I think aliens are real, but
Yeah.
I just haven't had any hard
Because-
thing happen to me.
And
Exactly,
like, just to
yeah.
be clear, like, you're not saying like we were visited, they built a pyramid. You just like in the universe there has to be like there's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the percentage of that not being the case is so slim.
I pulled up my favorite quote
go
in
for
terms of like alien life by Arthur C. Clarke. And he
Oh,
said,
I love I love this one.
two possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe or we are not. Both are equally terrifying.
Yeah.
And that's whew, that hits right here.
that does.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
quote.
that
It's
quote
it's
so
like
much.
weirdly haunting.
Yeah, because like holy shit, the possibility of like other life in the universe is just so terrifying to us. Because if we observe it, then that means we have the ability to observe, a civilization elsewhere than our own,
Yep.
right? And that means that either we are more advanced than them, or they are more advanced than us, and they just didn't want to fuck with us at all.
Yeah.
So
Because we think about like
We're the best.
What
Like
we-
human life is the most intelligent
right.
being.
But also, like, what would humans do if we found someone else? Like, the same way
Yeah,
we did
yeah.
when we were colonizing. It's like, well, we'd attack them, we'd rape their women, and we would take over their land.
Oil.
yeah, I was gonna say if there's oil there,
we got these like comically large binoculars that we're just like viewing this civilization like galaxies away, and we're just observing like, okay, what are they using as an energy supply? And then there's just some big oil tycoon with like a 5-gallon cowboy hat, just like got like a straw in his mouth or something, and then they're burning coal. They're burning coal. They do have oil.
Get them.
All right.
well, the thing about
They just
observing
hit a big button that's just send the missile.
They already have it locked on, ready to go.
Yeah, the thing about observing something from like galaxies away, though, is that they're several light years away. So anytime we're viewing something, right, they are thousands of years behind us because that's the time it takes light from them to get to us.
Yeah.
So if
That
an
time is
alien,
past.
exactly, if an alien civilization were to look at Earth, in their time, they could very likely see the dinosaurs right now, which is just space.
Yeah,
is
that's like
so
2018 years ago.
No, that's when the Earth was created. God, dude, you sound so dumb right now. You sound so dumb.
Oh God.
Dinosaurs existed like a couple
Dinosaurs
hundred years
weren't
ago.
real.
No, little children would ride them to Bible camp.
Dinosaurs are a liberal myth.
I just love the science and physics of space a lot because that's kind of what I was grown on, like grew up with, I guess is what I should say, not grown on. Because like my grandpa was really big into space travel and stuff, so like every time I would go over there, we would talk about space and stuff. It was good.
My grandpa sailed the stars for parsecs.
I thought that too. Just yeah, he was really big into space travel. Like it was just a casual thing he did on the weekends, like almost like he belonged to a yacht club or something. But it was like a space travel
Bunch
club.
of rich people. He's like, yeah, you knew a young Elon Musk back in the day?
Yeah, that's actually probably going to be a thing sooner than we like to think about. Like a space travel yacht club.
Oh yeah, as soon as Jeff Bezos gets his hands
Yep.
on Mars, that shit it's done.
They'll immediately add it to Prime.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's gonna be like an extra Prime. It's Prime for rich people.
Prime Premium. Premium.
Premium.
That's good.
Also
Mine, Jeff. Copyright.
also known as a shareholder in Amazon.
Yeah, the
Nah,
shareholders,
yeah.
they're going to be flown to Mars so Jeff Bezos can walk out shirtless on Mars.
Oh, well. Elon
Oh.
Musk will make it first.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Yeah, let's hope because he's the one out there fighting for like actual good things to come out of humankind.
And Jeff Bezos is just, how do I make more
money.
But I'm trying to think of like conspiracies with space because I think there is like almost like a United Nations cover up of intelligible life that is not our own because I don't know
What
why.
the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know why
I'll
it would
be honest,
exist,
I
but
don't not think that.
I think it'd be covered up.
Oh
yeah,
Do
they
you
would
guys know the Dyatlov Pass incident?
What?
It's not. It's pronounced differently.
No, it's Daltov, isn't it?
No.
What are you thinking?
I'm
of?
pretty sure it's like Datlov's Pass.
Anyway, go on. I don't give
So
a fuck about pronunciation.
So Daltov's Pass is a group of Russian hikers went up into the mountains and didn't come back, right? So like, well, fuck, now we gotta go find these guys. And when they sent a search party up to their campsite, all of like their bodies were charred to a crisp.
That's not true.
What?
That's not how it went down. Their bodies had internal damage with a lot of like the external part of their body was like untouched.
Oh, I've heard differently. I've heard that it was like external like radiation damage and like their tongues were missing and shit.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
they had like bitten their own tongues off and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Yep.
and like when they went back to their campsite, they had found that all the tents were ripped open from the inside as if they were like getting out to like get the fuck out of there. Mm-hmm. And they all didn't have clothes on and shit.
At the same time, I can see some weird Russian sex party
Exactly,
going
yeah.
down,
Well,
and they
not-
opened a tube of radiation to be like, let's shove this up our butt.
Okay.
And then something weird happened.
Or that.
I'm gonna
Tyler,
on that one.
We're
on
just
that
gonna
one,
handle next episode.
on that one, I'm going instead of aliens. I'm going weird Russian sex party.
It was probably a Russian governmental experiment, but
No, I would bet that.
Yeah,
because fuck, like it is really really disturbing to read the details of it.
Absolutely, it is.
I'll send you a really good like small documentary made about it, so you can watch it. Yeah, it's just like a YouTube one, but it's really well done. The facts
Yeah.
are really well presented.
I'd probably watch the same one you did.
Let me know.
That sounds familiar.
It's
yeah.
really creepy. Like the way that it's like we kind of like have an answer that might be more explainable by natural causes, but it's like really far fetched.
Yeah,
it's
and like it's hard to dig into like U.S. government secrets. You can't even fathom how many like strong grips that the Russians keep on their fucking secrets. It is insane the amount of like effort they put in to hide shit. It is nuts.
Well, I think my original point was more of just I think that the government knows more about alien life and knows more about extraterrestrial beings and there being life on other galaxies and stuff, but it's hidden. Or alien contact on our world. I think that shit is kept up to be like...
Yeah.
That was my original point, is that I think they know more than we do. Maybe they don't know exacts, but they know this thing is alien. This thing is not from our planet, and they cover that shit up to be like...
No, I 100% agree.
But I don't get the motivation behind that. To be like...
Oh, well, there'd be mass panic. Like, they're not ready. Like, what are you going to do differently with it?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense to me, though, why it would be covered up. Because what...
Well, because all of Texas would be like, hell yeah.
Well, I think maybe they're worried about just like people shooting their guns into the sky randomly.
There's gonna be like UFOs coming down. They're like, it's just like shooting skeet. Am I right? Boom. Trying to blow them down, and people are like, no, like they're friendly. It's like, yeah, not my fault.
My bumper sticker that says "Don't mess with Texas" agrees otherwise.
If I could do one thing before I die, like if I had the ultimate Make-A-Wish, no holds barred, I would definitely want to see what's inside Area 51.
Really?
I've thought a lot about that. Like, it kind of kills me inside that I'll never get to know. Mm-hmm. And there was a part of me, like when I was in like middle school and stuff, that really wanted to join the military so that I could try and like...
trying to infiltrate it?
Well, not infiltrate, but like I genuinely wanted to work there
I
and
get
see
ya.
what was there. Like
One false step and they activate like a chip in your tooth that like, fucking melts your brain.
it's like the Kingsman thing where they put the tracker in their neck or whatever. But like, what about? I mean, have you guys heard the radio broadcast where the pilot was flying over the Area 51 airspace and he called into a radio show so that he could like report what he was seeing down there, and basically like as he's there, he's like, "They're turning missiles on me. They're turning," and then you hear like the like they're shutting down the broadcast, and basically like you just hear this guy like screaming for his life, describing how like they're turning the guns on him, and then you hear missiles like chasing him, like you hear them break the sound barrier, and stuff like that. You should look it up.
Dude, that's spooky.
What the fuck?
It's fucked up.
I love conspiracies.
and then
To
of course
be-
there's like, oh well, that's easily explained. This guy was just crazy or whatever. But it's like,
it's a prank.
I love the shit that goes like, okay, there's an explanation. Like maybe I sound like a crazy person if I'm talking about it, but like, what if? You know what I mean? Just like I love things that for like a second you just go, but what if?
Yeah, and like to be 100% fair, that guy probably flew into the airspace and was warned like probably 3 times, like, "Hey, get the fuck out of there! This is restricted airspace." And he was just like, "Nope, I'm staying here." And they're like, "All right," and they just shot him down because that's what the military can do.
It was a
The real hero.
test gone wrong. It was a flight test gone wrong.
It was a pregnancy test that he did not know how to do.
Didn't know how to deal
Oh.
with the repercussions of it, so he flew over Area 51. Flew a little too close to the sun, if you want to get metaphorical.
Call him Icarus. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Bible. But I mean, like, there's
Mazel tov.
there's so many like, I feel like this is gonna completely discredit anything. Like, not like we have crazy experience, but like, I love Ancient Aliens just for that same reason of going like, it's kind of fun to hear
Yeah,
about like
like,
weird explanations for stuff. Like, just
Yeah.
thinking about like, this guy's insane because he's just like, all right, so there was a brick on the ground. The only thing that it could have been is aliens. There's no other explanation for it. You're like, no, this guy just made a brick and set it there.
I watched that documentary you told me to watch.
Extraordinary. It's on Netflix.
And the whole, like the first 5 to 10 minutes, I was captivated as just like, oh, this is really, really interesting. I think this guy's onto something. And then 10 minutes after that, I was just like, okay, well, this guy I feel like is just a fucking fanboy who tried to create some story for himself.
Yeah, because it's like this guy who claims he's been abducted by aliens, like multiple times, and for the first like, honestly, like realistically, probably 25 minutes of the documentary, he's explaining this stuff, and it's like, how the hell? It's stuff like he shattered his knee or like ripped like tore all the ligaments in his knee, and he had to wear a brace, and he was going in for surgery and stuff, and then in the night, like he woke up in the middle of the night and he was like laying in his yard or some shit like that. His knee brace was gone, but he was like so freaked out that he like got up and like ran inside. And then his wife was like, "How are you walking right now? Like, where's your knee brace? Like, you have surgery tomorrow. You're still whatever." And he had these like, his knee brace was burnt, found in the yard. He had like 3 dots in his leg, and they went into the doctor, and like his bone had been fused back together, and everything was completely perfect again. And there's like medical, like he had like medical records of it.
You said there were 3 dots?
Yeah.
Holy Trinity, man.
Holy shit.
The only extraterrestrial life I need is my boy JC in the sky. That's Jesus Christ for those unacquainted. Pick up a Bible on Amazon. Get it on Audible. Hi, I'm Tyler Mathies, and I'm here today to talk to you about Amazon Audible. Some of my favorite books, I just don't have the time to be reading. So I listen to them in the car. I listen to them while I'm working. Amazon Audible is a really great tool. If you sign up today with the promo code Shapeless, you get a free book
No, you
included.
don't. No, you don't. Don't tell people listening to this that, because
Yes, you do.
Tell them whatever you want. This is called baseless claims, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, that's fair. Honestly, we're protected.
the game,
we're
bro.
protected by law with our name.
It was a calculated move, everyone. So anyway, back to conspiracies, right? This guy was fused by aliens.
No,
it's when it got to the part
where he's talking about like he has alien children who are trying to contact him who are like, "Father," and then they're like,
Starseed.
yeah, they call him like, it sounds like a
a
weird
dope name.
fan fiction. It sounds like this dude was into like alien culture and he wrote a fan fiction for himself, and this is the result. He said either people are going to look up to me or think I'm crazy, but either way, I'm still getting attention.
The part that lost me was when he had the video of the alien in his house,
Oh
and it was
my
like, it was
God.
clearly like a doll being like pulled behind the wall.
Yeah, it was very clearly like a. That's when I literally just like turned it off.
Was
as
it
just
but,
like
but for that beginning part, because I had warned you ahead of time that like this will lose you about halfway through. But
I didn't think you meant like that, where there was a guy holding an alien doll and then pulls it behind a window.
But for that first 25 minutes or whatever, were you not just like, was it not fun to just let your mind
it's absolutely
go, what
fun.
if? You should watch it, or at least watch
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the first,
yeah.
until you lose it, then
Yeah,
just
but
go
then
ahead.
he was
I fucking love
arrested for child
conspiracy theories.
pornography.
Yeah, but like, the cool voice where it was like, "Hello, Starseed," and I was like, this dude's insane, but that's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah, but like he wrote himself a fan fiction where he could be a hero. He wanted to be hero of the galaxy so badly.
He
and
wanted
then
to
that
be Big Hero 6 so
there's
badly.
this stupid fucking scene where he's at like a alien convention thing for people who like all believe.
It's like a
In-
Doctor Who convention.
It is. And then there's like, he claims that he saw one of the children there, and it was very clearly just a woman wearing like makeup at this convention.
Oh my
And
God.
they're like, why would someone be looking like this? And it's like, because they're at a convention.
Yeah.
She's very clearly in makeup. This is not some
like,
sort of.
the eyes were like big almond-shaped eyes. It was clearly like Photoshop, like they just used like the clone tool and like drew bigger eyes.
It was so bad.
Yeah, but it's just like I love that kind of stuff when I can just like let my mind get into weird shit
I
like
would
that.
accept Indiana Jones surviving a nuclear blast in a refrigerator before I accepted that documentary.
Yeah,
There's a couple of those unsolved like conspiracy theory shits that
Yeah.
I've really like looked into and shit.
you mean like right now how you're looking into it on
You
your
know, I'm
computer?
just looking up titles of them so that I can like see if I've know of them or not.
I'm trying to think of
Dyatlov
like
Pass.
there was
DB Cooper's one of my all-time like
Yeah.
maybe not alien but conspiracy theory where
what about sorry go on.
it was just this is really interesting because it could be a number of things. Like there's a theory that he was a government agent who was just seeing how easy it would be to hijack a plane so then they could like beef up their security.
I haven't heard
That's
that.
I think that's a good theory.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, that would explain why he was never ever found. And then like a couple
because
years
the people
ago or
who would be
something-
looking for him were just like, all right, go back to your life.
Yeah. And then like I think that there had been something like a couple years ago where they thought they found his parachute that he jumped with, and they were like kind of confirming like, yeah, that would be like the parachute that he would have used.
Like in the documentary Without a Paddle.
That tore-
It took a minute. I'm happy. Happy it landed eventually. But
Yeah, I think conspiracy theories like that are phenomenal to watch. I think they're
Yeah.
awesome entertainment
They
pieces.
scratched that like that curiosity itch that we all have because there's no
That's why I
definite
just get
answer
cucked.
to them.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just
No.
that curiosity itch.
No.
Just like, what would it feel like if someone fucked my wife?
Now, Tyler, you want to know if you want to know what really inspired me to write this topic down? It was a conversation me and you had about a month ago about the Malaysian
married.
Flight.
Yes. The
Flight
Malaysian Flight.
370?
Yes, where someone had gotten a weird voicemail where it was just like the military code of just like Alpha, Delta, Echo, Alpha, Nevada. Like they were just like getting that, and it spelled out like danger, danger, they are not human, help us, SOS, danger. And then like there were these weird like people started like putting it together, and it was so far-fetched, but it was super interesting to be like, again, what if? Because then it was like, why did I get this voicemail? And it's like there was like a solar flare in that area, so it could have like projected this electronic signal that was being sent out by the pilot ahead of time, like before the plane had gone missing. Maybe the plane was abducted by aliens. Who knows?
Didn't they find the black box though?
No, they didn't find the black box.
I swear to God, they found the black box.
I don't think so.
I'm looking that up.
But like
Malaysia.
that conversation blew my mind because I was like, it's another thing where it's like, it's probably not, but like, oh yeah, what if though? Because that's
exactly
that
because it
shit's
was
so
being
cool.
like the signal was being broadcast from that region.
what did they?
The first article for Flight 370 black boxes was the recording with SOS. They are not human real. False. Just straight up false.
That's what the
I don't
government
know
would
what that
say.
means.
That's
Like,
exactly
From
what the,
Snopes. It's just
Oh.
false.
Oh, it just says like the tweets weren't real.
Yeah, like the tweets and the recording just weren't real.
Okay. See? It's just like a fun thing though.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
fun to think about it though.
that's what the
Because
government
no,
would say,
I was
though.
very much like I had told you, I was like, probably not real at all. This could have been fabricated easily.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
super interesting story.
Yeah, because of like just the weird timing of everything too,
Yeah.
where it's like it doesn't seem, you know what I mean? Like, of course, the obvious explanation is it's just fabricated and planned to put out at that time. But then there's like, the way that everything lined up, where it was like there was a solar flare can blast electrical signals further. You know, it was like off the shore that it could have blasted just far enough to get to that shoreline. Like, it's cool stuff.
Yep.
Did they never found that flight, right?
No.
That's what I thought.
No
I
one-
thought that they had found the black box like
No.
a while
No.
ago, but I could be wrong on that.
So that dude, what the fuck happened to it?
I have no idea.
Does it not kill you a little bit that you'll probably never know?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff we'll never know.
Yeah,
ever.
but it like when I think about things where I'm like, I can never actually be sure what happened. Just like, because I'm a big history buff too. So stuff where it's like, this is, you know, what they think happened, or like the stuff like the burned books at the Library of Alexandria and all that kind of stuff. It like kills me inside that I'll never know. Like
What was
it's
in
not
that
just like a joke.
library.
Like, oh, I'm pretty mad. Like it like really pisses me off that
So,
we'll
like,
never ever actually know.
the colony of Roanoke.
I was
also
literally
itches you the
just
wrong
going
way.
to say
Wait,
the
what?
lost colony of Roanoke.
Do you not know the lost colony of Roanoke?
Rohan.
No.
What?
The
lost-
Riders.
The last colony of Roanoke was one of the first American settlements, like one of the first ships that came to, and they landed like off the coast in Virginia or
Yeah,
something.
it's
It was
near,
this
near Cape
island.
Cod. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like this island off the coast of Virginia.
Oh, was
and
that
they
the
had
one that was like
settled
found completely ghosted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah,
absolutely.
like they didn't bring enough supplies with them, or they had got like there was like a sickness that was going on.
Well,
or
the
something.
thing about it is like they got there right, and they had actually good relationships with the native people that lived there. Like
That's
they
not
were
very British of them.
they were like, "Hey, are we cool?" And they were like, "I guess." And they like kind of helped each other out every once in a while. But then the main guy, I forget his name. I think it was John Smith.
Something.
Took his like second like his right hand man. It was just like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go get more supplies, and sailed all the way the fuck back to England or whatever, which is like a 10-year voyage.
It ended up being like 6 years or something that he wasn't able to make it back due to like weather and like ship launchings and all these things that can go wrong in the
Yeah.
fucking 1600s.
Yeah.
And then when he got back to the settlement, it was completely gone.
And
like
the-
no trace that anyone had ever been there, and there was just like an inscribing in the tree.
that just said Roanoke.
Yep.
And there were islands that the native people had called Roanoke, right? So a bunch of like researchers and everything went to the island of Roanoke to like comb it for any like human remains or anything, and there's nothing there.
What the fuck?
Well, I mean,
Well, to be fair, 6 years is a shit ton of time, and the natives could have been just like, hey, either we don't like you anymore, and just like killed them all and put them on shore,
or they were
burned 'em,
assimilated
or
into
burned
the
them.
tribes.
Yeah, or they assimilated
Because
into
they
the
were out of
tribes.
food.
Yeah, that's the much more likely outcome, is that they just assimilated into the tribe and just fucking got out of there. I don't know.
But like it's still like this stuff is still really interesting because we don't know and we never will.
Yeah, you'll never actually know. There's like, here's likely explanations, but like, Tyler, let me tell you what. I don't want conjecture. I want fact, all right?
I love that you're quoting me quoting a book.
I know. It's
Skyrim
great.
Storyteller.
Available SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Check it out. It's good stuff. But yeah, like there are just countless, like, back to like why I even brought up Ancient Aliens is like, I like how it teaches you about things in history that you don't ever hear about in school. You know what I mean?
Because yeah, I mean, there's no lesson to be learned in school, so I get why they brush
But it's
over
like
it.
oh, there's this weird structure that had like a weird
Except
ritual.
like apartheid, where I feel like you can learn a lot from that, and that's just brushed over to be like, not for the kids.
Yeah, there's a lot like that in history classes. They just don't tell you. about.
Racism was
Did you-
forever ago.
did you-
Martin Luther King Jr.
Did you hear
wiped
about that
out.
whole
We gave him a day.
issue in Texas where they
There's always issues in Texas.
they tried to paint slavery as like this,
Heroic. We were giving them jobs.
not necessarily, but like
They would have starved without us.
yeah, they painted it as like this very, very like quickly brush over topic of just like, oh yeah, they didn't get along and the slave owners were pretty mean to them, but let's move on to the next part of history. And like that was it in their textbooks, right? And everyone was like, excuse me, no.
This is a big part of like why there is
Yeah.
any like race relation issues. Like this is a huge thing that needs to be talked about.
Absolutely.
But we just kind of like, ugh, what? We didn't turn fire hoses on protesters like 35 years ago? What?
We didn't just shoot and kill them with absolutely no consequence at all.
That didn't happen yesterday. What?
They still do it, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's another thing.
Oh, the Nazca lines?
Yeah. The Nazca lines.
Well, this is no one's gonna be able to see what you're
Yeah,
looking at.
sorry.
Yeah, but
It's
so
hard
the
to-
Nazca lines are in South America, and there's those like really big lines in the earth that you can only see from like a plane going over of
Yeah.
like animals and shit. That's really cool.
Like they're so big that you can't make.
Yeah.
They just look like lines until you see them from the top and see that they're actually like things. And that I saw that on Asians, and they were like, the only thing it could ever be is a landing strip for alien spacecraft. I'm like, well, that's about the least likely explanation for it, but
Yes, because
still cool to learn about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
yeah, because you get these cool topics.
I mean, and then there's other stuff that's like it clearly didn't have, like the Holocaust.
Gonna stop you right there.
Thank you.
That one definitely happened.
Sorry, Tyler. Sorry, Mom, Dad.
Well, your
home.
mom doesn't care. She is not a fan of the Jews. Yikes.
Mom, don't watch this.
There's
she
a couple.
she has no
others.
problem with Jews. To clear
Here,
that
we'll
up.
do unsolved pictures.
Doesn't like them, but
Mysterious
oh man,
photos that will never
there's
be
so
explained.
much stuff that's like,
Yeah.
oh, like the time traveler people.
Yeah, the
like,
time
oh, he's
travel
dressed like a
pictures, too.
modern day skater, but he's
Yeah.
in 1960.
Yeah, that's just wardrobe. Like that's
Yeah.
just what
Someone just
people
happened to
wore.
be like
They look modern,
like-
because they were.
they were either like counterculture that then became culture. Like that's how fashion cycles work.
Yeah.
But
There's one that I really liked. I think it was on this exact list too. I'm looking.
okay.
Oh yeah, this one right here. The mysterious satellite. This picture here. It's hard to explain, but it's just this big hunk of like black metal floating through space that someone took a picture of. That doesn't look like any like spaceship or anything like that. And it was taken in 1998. And I really looked into that for a while, and then I just was like, it's just fucking space junk. It's fine.
How did junk get into space though?
From
Bazinga.
the fucking multiple launches that they did.
I know, but like when we think of just random space junk, it's just like, what? Are aliens just dropping their garbage? Like that's got to be something. Like you can't just categorize something as just random space junk.
Yeah.
Are we
When
launching
it's
our
like-
landfills into space? We're just like, this is bad for the ocean. Let's put it in space instead.
I mean, yeah, it's probably the best way to get rid of garbage, honestly.
I bet there's a lot of people who have been like, we should actually just do that.
Yeah, but like the cost for that would just be astronomical, no pun intended.
Here's the fix.
All right.
Jeff Bezos, you can hire me for this. We get a really big cannon that like circuses would launch little people out of, and we just compact it with trash, and we just like Cirque du Soleil style
Where did you find him?
launch it into the air.
I don't know. He just showed up one day and didn't leave. That's a conspiracy in and of itself. Where did Tyler actually come from?
How did Tyler become a part of Shapeless?
Yeah, he
The
has a
world may never
home.
know.
He has a home. I asked him like what Tyler was like as a kid, and his mom was just like, he was like, we don't remember. We have no memory of him being a
We
kid.
don't have a child named Tyler.
Wait.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, and then they just kind of like start questioning, like they've just accepted into their reality that I just am a
you
part
would,
of the
you would like
household.
subverted it into their brain.
Yeah, but when they start to think critically, they're just like, wait, how? You know, I don't remember giving birth. And then I hit my mom over the head with a frying pan. And she's just like knocked out. And I'm just like, oh no, cooking accident. Oh, she wakes up and comes to. She's like, what happened? Oh, you slipped and fell. You don't remember? And she's like, I remember thinking about how you were hit her again with the frying pan.
Yeah, and that's
one
how
more
she
for
died.
safe measure.
That's how she died. One day just went too far. She kept remembering.
she kept remembering.
Another thing, like, which this is like, have you guys ever seen the movie The Fourth Kind?
Yeah, I actually watched it for the first time like last year.
Like that movie's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
But the way it's like it's a movie about like people, all these people in this like remote town in Alaska who are having the same dream and they keep seeing therapists and like they're all having these things and they're basically like your mind is being abducted by aliens while you're sleeping. And what sets the movie apart and like made me feel really like weird about it when I saw it, I was probably like 11 or 12 when I saw it for the first time, is that it shows the real footage that they actually captured at the therapist's office and the movie footage, like the cinematic footage, side by side at points. So there's like, you'll see the actor's interpretation, but then you'll see what like actually happened. And it's like,
Oh, I remember that movie.
yeah, person freaking out and he like punches through a lamp, and like there's a point where like a guy like snaps out of bed, and it's, like that guy in real life like broke his neck, and then he like started floating off the bed, but the camera started getting all distorted, so you couldn't quite make out if he was actually like what was actually happening on the real footage. And then I watched some like YouTube breakdown of it or whatever, and the person was like, all right, here's everything that's bullshit about this, and here's all of the facts and sources I have to back up that stuff. And I was like,
Man.
oh
Man, why you gotta ruin the fun?
Kind of took away from the magic that the movie had of like, what the fuck? Because that stuff is just, it's like weirdly exhilarating to find out about like, we don't have an explanation. Even though I was just saying how it kind of kills me with that stuff, but like it's also at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's like an
equally
adrenaline rush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
oh
right.
my god,
It's the curiosity
what could
drive.
it be?
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I just remember when I was in like middle school and high school, and I had my iPod for the first time that could access the internet. I remember staying up really late some nights
Watching porn.
Furry porn.
No, god damn it, you guys. I remember going down like that weird like recommended video thing that people do on YouTube where it's just like, oh, that looks interesting, and you just keep going and going and going of like conspiracy theories and shit like that. And I would stay up until like 1 o'clock in the morning just like, what the fuck, mermaids are real?
Yeah.
Like looking at all that footage and shit.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the Loch Ness Monster?
Real
Nah.
dinosaur.
Oh, what do you think about, I'll be honest. I don't think that that's not true.
Yeah, it's just like maybe not like dinosaur, but it's just like a creature that was one of the last of its kind that had just kind of like
Like like
avoided
Aang.
evolution almost. Like it was just like nature's perfect killer
What did you just say?
where
I
it could
s-
avoid evolution.
He said the last of its kind, and I said like Aang.
Oh,
From
okay.
Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Okay, I get what
You
you're going.
uncultured swine.
No, I know what Avatar is.
Finally coming
Yeah?
to Blu-ray.
Really?
Yeah, get it on Best Buy exclusive first.
Shit, is this
May
sponsored for that
May
too?
31st. May
Order
it's-
it on Amazon.
it's
What
in-
if we had different sponsors? Like you had a different sponsor and
We
I
didn't-
had a different one.
we didn't.
And by like we each get our payment amount by like how much we talk about it and how much we overpower the other sponsor. So it's just like a battle of, yeah, you can pick it up on Best Buy. Why would you ever want to go into a physical store when you could just order it and within 2 days it arrives in the very comfort of your own home? Or with Amazon Prime, you can watch it instantly. Like who needs a physical store anymore?
Why would you want to wait 2 days when instead you could just drive to Best Buy? They're all over the place.
Driving's dangerous. You would never want to do that. Amazon, you can watch it right away. Buy an Amazon Prime account.
Guys,
It's only $99 a
This
year.
argument is making me thirsty. Brought to you by Bud Light.
No,
No,
it's not funny when you do it.
God damn it! I'm just trying, man.
Okay, but the Bigfoot Yeti, I'm dead serious right now. Okay, so I think that Bigfoot Yeti, whatever you want to call it, existed but is extinct now, right? Because there are
is
civilizations all over the globe that never would have communicated, but have had the same story with the same imagery of the same creature for like centuries. There's no way that that would happen. And what I think it is, which I'm pretty sure I saw on Monster Quest back when that was a show, is I'm pretty sure it was like a diversion of like early man.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
What do
completely.
you mean? Well,
X-Files has an
No, that's
episode
completely
on that.
plausible. I agree.
okay, but you said it's like,
Tori, you
oh
ever
yeah, well
seen-
everyone collectively thinks that. So
You
Yeah.
ever seen X-Files, Tori? I think you'd be into it. It's got an episode about that.
is there
Where it's-
women in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not interested.
Wow.
I know you really got to get through that. Like I mean, the scenes where Fox is on. No,
I
it's
guess
Mulder.
I guess the guy's got to eat
Yeah.
sometime, right?
Eat what, Tori?
some puss.
There it is.
No, I
Some
meant because
sweet
women are
poo
typically better
dick.
cooks.
I-
So guys, the Yeti is real, but it's extinct now. Same as the Loch Ness monster.
I mean, that makes
And
sense.
like,
to
I
me.
feel like it's important. Like, I want to just reiterate right now. Like, we're not saying, "Oh, this is 100% true."
But this is baseless
fact.
claims. We can just say whatever the fuck we want.
That's true. But I want people to be like, these guys are like, they think that this is 100%. But it's like,
it's your opinion.
these are just things that like
You've accepted in your
This
reality.
could happen.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess on that same notion, I mean, like the pyramid structure, right? That was seen in both the Central American civilizations and in the Egyptian and like Indonesian kind of areas, right? And they'd never had communication, but I mean, like it's a structure, right? You can't really.
But well, okay, but aliens built those.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have like a documentary and proof on that one?
Roll the clip of Sonic when the pyramid opens up. And the American space shuttle launches out of it and takes a really fast hedgehog into space.
Oh.
Check out our
Remember
Sonic
when-
playthrough.
Knuckles absolutely botches it in the worst way and just like loses all of the pieces of the Master Shard in space. Like,
In
"Ah!"
space, yeah.
Just drops it. Like, fuck, I really screwed the pooch on
Remember
this
the
one.
part of that same episode where there's like a solid like 15-second block that's at 1,000% speed of us finishing that level?
It was rough. That's
It
a
was
bad game.
So fucking rough. And there's like no salvageable footage in that whole 15-second times 1,000.
It's bad, but it brings me back to the main point of like aliens built the pyramids. It certainly wasn't slaves
No.
who worked for beer.
No. Well,
Would
slaves
you-
aren't real.
would you
It's a
do-
liberal myth.
Would you do physical labor on that scale for free beer for life?
I wouldn't
Tori would do
physical
anything
labor.
for a beer. Tori would do anything to get a whiff of a beer.
I just want to smell some grains. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I need.
It's like
hot
that scene
water
in
even.
Gladiator where like Russell Crowe is like walking past like all the like wheat and you've never seen Gladiator?
Sorry.
His hands are just like brushing past it, but then you just see like Tori just in there just and his hand just brushes past him. He's like, "Get the fuck away." For the people who have seen Gladiator, they'll be like, "Ha movie reference."
I
Movies.
get that.
I saw that once,
Yes.
says the audience member.
What do you guys think about like? Because historically, there are just some people who seem to be like way more advanced than anyone else. Like Leonardo da Vinci, there's that like whole thing where he disappeared for 7 years or something like that. No one knows where he went or what he was doing, but he came back with like all these plans for flying machines and tanks and all this kind of shit.
Tesla.
Yeah, that's actually fair. Tesla he was like the most convincing mad genius of probably all time, honestly.
That's why I loved like the BioShock series, kind of like tying into that since I played that recently. It's just like they were looking through windows through time and they were getting ideas of like, like this is what the future can look like, so I'm doing this now.
Do you guys know the story of Tesla and how he got a free hotel night stay? Because he was Tesla.
Well, did he go to Trivago.com?
Oh,
Hello.
Jesus Christ. No, what he did was he like stayed in a hotel or whatever and must have had like bad service or something. I don't know all the details. But he basically like emptied out his suitcase into his car or whatever and then just put a bunch of random like metal bits into this suitcase and went up to the front desk and was like, "Yeah, so there's a death ray in this suitcase. I'm going to leave. Don't charge me or I'll activate it." And they're like, "Holy shit, dude. Okay, see you later." And then he just fucking left.
Nice.
I like Tesla.
It's a
That's a pretty baller
Yeah,
move.
he's
funny.
Especially with like gullible people in the 1900s where they're like, "I don't even know how to read," and he just said "death ray."
Did you say 1950s?
Well, probably
1900s, yeah.
1900s.
Wait, when was?
When was Tesla?
I'm pretty sure he
I'm
was
pretty
in
sure
like
he was born in, like-
1817.
I'm pretty sure he was born in like the late 1800s.
I have no actual no actual
He lived
idea.
in the 1900s. He lived at the same time as Edison.
I have no
Tesla.
no concept of time.
Lifespan. Nikola Tesla. Here we go.
I need to know.
He lived from. That's his citizenship. Okay,
1856.
to 1943.
Holy shit, he was alive in 1943?
He lived way longer than anyone. Everyone else was like, "Man, you're 30? How are
Wait.
you not dead yet?"
That's fair, honestly.
What year was David Bowie born?
Because David Bowie played Tesla, and then a Tesla played David Bowie.
What are you talking about? 1947?
So there was a 4-year respawn period when Nikola Tesla was respawning as David Bowie.
No, I don't think that's
Wait,
applicable.
have you ever
Ground
seen
control
the Christopher Nolan
tomato.
classic film The Prestige?
No.
David Bowie plays Nikola Tesla in that movie.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
that where this joke is coming from?
And then Elon Musk's Tesla played David Bowie as it was shot into space.
That's fair. I did know that. I did know
it's
that.
It's the vicious cycle of life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bowie will be around forever.
But like there are those people who are like, how did you it seems like, of course they were smart, but it seems like they pulled this shit out of their ass. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
yeah.
I think it's just a way of thinking that was so ahead of its time.
Exactly, yeah.
That
do you
was-
think we have modern people like that? I mean, I guess maybe Elon Musk is like that.
Maybe.
God, I just want to hug him. He's my hero.
Like, in terms of like modern era, I think the closest one that we can confirm that was like that is Einstein, because his theory of like gravitational waves from two black holes orbiting each other was confirmed like very recently.
Yeah, and his idea of like space-time being a thing that are like things that are linked.
Yeah, space and time are like the same thing.
They're
just
not
in-
separate.
Yeah.
I've seen Interstellar. I know how it goes. You haven't.
I haven't.
When are you gonna watch?
God,
good
I need to
movies?
watch more movies. Tori,
This is becoming a weekly or
I
a
know,
bi-weekly
I
topic
know,
where it's like,
I'm-
Taylor, fucking do regular human things.
okay. I have a confession to make. I'm making my run through Futurama again for like the 4th time in a row. I should just watch good movies instead.
You weeb.
I am a weeb. What are you gonna do about it?
Beat you to death. That's
Do
what
it.
I'm gonna do.
Do it,
about
bitch.
persecute you?
Yeah,
do it
Tori.
off camera.
Tori, when not this week, but like soonish. When are you open? I don't. Why am I making plans on?
Why
the
are you
podcast?
making plans
I don't
on the
fucking
I was
know.
just going to say, what the fuck?
I'm not drunk anymore
How-
though. That's cool.
How long do we have to keep Taylor contractually?
Contractually,
Contractually,
I'm not
it was a-
asking you.
it was
No,
a-
hush now, hon. Hush now.
I
Hush
read
now.
the contract.
Hush now.
I
No-
should know.
I gave you a false contract. It was one of those papers where you sign it and the bottom one gets signed
There's a
too.
termination fee, but we have him on a 1-year lease.
We have a lot of money though.
1 year.
We have a stupid amount of money. You know what I mean?
We could just terminate
Thanks
the
to
contract.
Zappos.
The shoe
Mark
website?
Zuckerberg is for sure an alien though, right? We all agree.
We all
Either
agree.
that or he's a lizard person.
Because Taylor,
No, well,
it was interesting that you were talking about like how he had to take classes to act more human, and then his like trial thing,
Yeah,
was
that's-
like a few days later,
Holy
and
shit.
watching that was just like, God, he really is not human.
Dude,
Not
that
at
was
all.
those politicians were so profoundly stupid.
Were they?
Like-
I didn't watch the trial.
Just him picking up a glass of water though, like
Did you see the edit
this
where it
is
was
water.
Did you see? Did you see the gif someone made of his smile with like the smile slider, where like it's perfectly timed. Where it's just like smile up, smile down. It's good shit.
Yeah, they were just asking him stuff like it just
they,
like
they just start asking him like technology questions, almost like I was hoping that it would go somewhere that was just like, oh well, I just can't seem to let I forgot my password and I don't.
it honestly was not that far off. Like they were
Really?
just like, so you're telling me you don't charge users to make your accounts on your Facebook business. How do you make money? And Mark's just like, he like has to like reboot his whole system,
Yep.
and then he just goes, "We run ads, Senator." And then they had oh shit, what? It's just like it was like so dumb that it was like hard for him to answer without being like, "Are you fucking kidding me right
Because
now?"
it's like going to your grandparents' house and
Yep.
helping them set up their iPad.
Yeah, it was like it was teaching them like how the internet is.
Yeah, that just depresses me because that means that those people are the people making laws about like
Absolutely,
the free,
they are.
the
yeah.
free and open internet, and they don't even know how to open Internet Explorer.
Like
Jesus
one
Christ.
guy was like, Yeah, my son, he's 13 years old. He's
a computer
all,
whiz.
No, he was like, he is all in on Instagram, and I know that he would have been mad at me if I hadn't said something to you about it. It's like,
what?
Okay, Senator, what the fuck does that have to do with this?
Yeah. And then he was like,
Reboot.
Yep.
Yeah, he's confirmed a lizard person.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so was like Obama though.
No.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Lizard person.
Well, Hillary Clinton's a little green potbelly goblin. I have video of it.
FDR.
Yeah, gonna make a documentary
Lizard
about
person.
it.
You know Alex Jones?
Yeah, I do know Alex Jones.
Okay, I didn't know if you got that.
I didn't know. Did he
I am so
seriously-
confused on you because you are simultaneously the most internet person and the absolute furthest thing from an internet person that I've ever met.
That's the thing about the internet, right? You can be all in on like one section of the internet and not know anything about like the majority.
You could tell me the name of any furry porn I wanted to know.
Okay, Tori, I feel personally attacked.
But this guy can tell you all the stats of your favorite teams. The big
Yeah?
ones, the green ones, the red ones, all of them.
I got all the teams.
Yeah? How about those esports teams? Are you into those?
I'm not a weeaboo, so Taylor, why don't you get us out of this?
Nice.
Is it time already? Wow. I
What
want
to do, Taylor?
I want a really, really close zoom in on that awkward knuckle touch right in front of my face.
Yeah, I think I'll do what I fucking want, won't I?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for listening in to Baseless Claims.
Our first one-topic episode.
Yeah,
you know what
that
I mean?
was weird.
It's a big topic, though. A lot to unpack
for real.
on that
Yeah.
one.
And I'm honestly kind of glad because we're running low on topics, but don't tell anybody that.
We have a lot of them, but they all fucking suck. You know what I mean?
They don't all suck.
Mostly Tyler's.
What?
One of them says, "I'm so fucking tired, man. I can't even type." That's not a topic. That's you just trying to like remember something.
So anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. We love doing this, and this episode was weird because it was one topic and we were just all over the place. But feel free to engage with us in Twitter, on the comments on wherever this is posted, YouTube, SoundCloud.
If
wherever
you've
it might
seen a
be.
UFO, or if you can confirm anything,
Yeah, send us pictures.
Fucking let us know.
no, seriously.
Yeah.
If you're into conspiracy theories, get in on this.
Give
You
us
don't-
good
I don't
ones.
I don't fucking
Good
care if you
conspiracy
subscribe. I don't
theories.
care if you rate or like or whatever the fuck people tell you to do. I just want to know what weird shit you've encountered in your life. I want to
Yeah,
know
dude.
conspiracies.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, dude, I don't give a fuck if you subscribe or not. Link me weird
Why are you
conspiracies.
picking up the
Yeah.
mic?
Because that's how you get good
emphasis.
audio. All right,
Yeah.
Taylor.
We're
Are you Gaudio?
No, but you're Shaudio.
Boo, 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 boo.
No, Tyler, come back. Tyler. Oh, hi.
The only reason I'm coming back is I forgot my jewel.
Tyler. He's gone.
Nah, fuck him. Send us conspiracies.
Tori, he left.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
He's gone.
I might as
Tori.
well just call him Dad now, right? Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Send me UFO
Thank you.
videos.